So we're going to be doing cosine rule to find the side of a triangle, obviously. It works for non-right triangles and it works for right triangles, but we're going to be mainly doing it with non-right triangles. So the formula is kind of a pretty beefy one. Remember, capital letters for angles, lowercase letters for sides. And this is the only formula we have in this trigonometry unit where the side we're looking for is not a variable by itself, so it'll be a squared, and this formula is given on the test. A squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc times cosine of angle A. Now that's a pretty big formula there. Now, before we begin, okay, you're going to say, like, which one's A, which one's B, which one's C, what do I do here? This A right there, that's the unknown side. That's the side we're finding out. Okay, so that A, well, I shouldn't even call it A, but whatever this is, that's the unknown side. That's the one you're figuring out. B and C are the given sides. Those are the two given sides, two given sides. And angle A is going to be the given angle. Given angle. Okay? And when we use cosine rule is when we're given two sides and an included angle. And an included angle is one that is in between the two given sides. So here's an example of when we'd use the cosine rule. When we're finding out a side, and we're given two sides, 71 is an included angle. An included angle just means it's in between the two given sides. So here is where this would be B and C, this would be angle A, and this would be side A. Okay? So we'll do some examples here. Okay, let's check this one out. Two given sides, given angle. Angle is between the two given sides, so I've got cosine rule in effect. You know, now I don't. This stuff's more important to know than which one's A and which one's B and which one's C. And notice all the squares as well. So when I write this, this is going to be using the cosine rule. This is going to be that's the side I'm figuring out. X squared equals 3 squared plus 5 squared. Which one's B and which one's C? It doesn't really matter. Minus 2. And now remember, in the rule, 2bc cosine A means 2 times B times C times cosine A. 2 times 3 times 5 times cosine of 64 degrees. Oh, by the way, degrees on our calculator, not radians. Now, notice this is, okay, squared. I'm going to simplify this big expression right here, simplify this on the calculator, and I'll just, I'll get one value for that. So let's do that. And I get a value that I don't round, don't round. Why? Because we're going to take the square root of that answer. Why the square root? Because that's the opposite of squaring. So, every last step of the cosine rule finding side is using the square root. And on our calculator, we can just enter that, answer button again to get a value here for that side. Okay, and I get 4.57 centimeters rounded to 2 decimal places. Okay, next up, same thing. It's not that much different. I can, instead of saying x squared, it's going to be y squared. Y squared equals, what are my given sides? 13 and 15. So 13 squared plus 15 squared minus 2 times 13 times 15 times cosine of the angle, 37. Okay, simplify this expression, and then we're going to take the square root of it. Okay, and I take the square root of that, and that's my answer. 9.08 meters to 2 decimal places. Okay, so that's the cosine rule, and how it differs from the side rule is that we've got the included angle here in 2 given sides, as opposed to the sine rule, which is a side opposite the given angle. There's no side given opposite the given angle with the cosine rule. Okay, and that's the cosine rule in 5 minutes, isn't it?